Assalamu alaikum. Good morning. Are you hearing me, students? Please reply. Hurry up. Okay, very nice of you. You know that we are doing active and passive voices, their review, their revision. By using different kinds of sentences. I'm waiting for the students to join me. Now I'm going to start my today's lecture. This is English language lecture. I'm Mrs. Afshin Imran. And this is lecture number 53. Our topic is active and passive voice. We are doing the modal verbs. Okay, I have told you modal verbs are a little bit different from the helping verbs. These are, we are using four modal verbs here: will, would, shall, should, can, could, may, and might. Okay, these are actually four modal verbs in their present form and in their past form. We have already done will, would, shall, and should. And now we are doing can, could, may, and might here in this lecture. Okay. Now these are very easy. Try to understand and concentrate on the topic. Take a rough notebook with you and write the important points which you want to note down in that. Now I'm showing you the structures and examples for can and could. Can is the actually present form of the modal verb and could is the past form of the modal verb. Now, I want to inform you once again that can, could, and may and might, both of them can be written in affirmative form, negative form, and interrogative form. So I will show you the structures for all these forms, like for affirmative sentences, which give the positive meaning, and negative sentences, which give the negative meaning, and interrogative sentences, which are used to ask questions. Okay. Now, first of all, we are doing in the form of active voice as well as in the passive voice. So I'm showing you the active voice structure in the affirmative sentence first. I have told you the structures for all the modal verbs, whether in the active voice or in the passive voice, they remain same. Okay, there is no change in the structure for active voice and for passive voice. These are very easy. If you learn one structure for active and passive voice, then you can do for all of the modal verbs. Now the structure for active voice, you know that subject comes first in the active voice and object comes at the end. So subject plus modal verb plus verb first form plus object. Full stop. This is the structure. You can see that always first form of verb is used in the active voice because modal verb is already present here, and we have the modal verbs can and could. Can is the present form of the modal verb and could is the present form of the same modal verb. Now I'm showing you the examples for the active voice affirmative sentences. The example is, he can drive a car. He is the subject, can is the modal verb, drive is the first form of verb, a car is the object. Full stop. Next example is, she could speak English. Full stop. She is the subject, could is the modal verb, speak is the first form of verb, and English is the object here. And you can understand that English is a language and it is a proper noun. So I have written E capital. Remember that. Remember that all the languages are proper nouns. Now I am showing you the structure for the passive voice in the affirmative sentences. You know that for passive voice, object comes first and subject must be placed at the end because they interchange their places. Object plus modal verb plus be, which is a helping verb, plus verb third form, which is used always in the passive voice, plus by plus subject. Full stop. By is always used before the subject. Remember that point. Modal verbs, which we are discussing here, can and could. Now, some of the examples which I'm showing you for affirmative sentences, we are doing the modal verbs can and could. A car can be driven by him. Full stop. A car is the object which comes first here. Can is the modal verb. Be is the helping verb. Driven is the third form of verb. By, as a rule, we are using before the subject him. Full stop. Then in the second example, English could be spoken by her. Full stop. English is the object. Could is the modal verb. Be is the helping verb. Spoken is the third form of verb. Then by, then subject, her. Full stop. I hope you are understanding. These are very easy sentences. Now I am showing you the structures for the negative sentences and active voice. We are using the modal verbs can and could. Negative sentences, you know that, which gives the negative meaning. So we must add not in the sentence after the modal verb. Remember that after the modal verb, not is added. Now the structure is subject plus modal verb plus not plus verb first form plus object full stop. The modal verbs here is can and could. Now I am showing you the examples of the negative sentences in active voice. He cannot drive a car. He is the subject. Can is the modal verb. Not is the word used to make negative sentence. Then drive is the first form of verb. A car is the object. Then in another example, she could not speak English. She is the subject. Could is the modal verb. Not is the word used to make the negative sentence. Speak is the first form of verb and English is the object here with the capital E as it is a proper noun and full stop at the end. Now I am showing you the passive voice negative sentences structures. I have already told you that all the structures for active voice and passive voice for all modal verbs are same. Now, in the passive voice, we have the rule that object and subject interchange their places. So, object comes first in the beginning, plus modal verb, plus not. Remember that not is always placed after the modal verb, plus be, it is the helping verb, plus verb third form, plus by, plus subject, full stop. Remember that all the affirmative and negative sentences end in the full stop, and by is always used with the before the subject. And all interrogative sentences end with the question mark. The modal verbs are can and could. Now, these are the examples which I am showing you for passive voice negative sentences. A car cannot be driven by him. Full stop. A car is the object. Remember, any article which is placed with the object, it is included in the object. Here you can see a is added, that is the article with car, but it is included in the object, so we start with the article A. A car can, which is the modal verb, not the word used to make the sentence negative. Be is the helping verb, driven is the third form of verb, by you is used before the subject him, full stop. Then in the next example, English, which is the object, there is no article with it. So we start with the same word, English, could not be spoken by her. Could is the modal verb, not is the word used to make the sentence negative. Then be is the helping verb, then spoken is the third form of verb. Then by plus subject her, full stop. I hope you all are understanding. These are very easy sentences. Now I am showing you the sentences, interrogative sentences, active voice structure first for can and could. You know that for interrogative sentences which are used to ask questions, we must place a question mark at the end and they start with the modal verb. In the normal sentences or in the tenses when there is helping verb, we start the interrogative sentences with the helping verb. But here you can see the modal verbs are there in the sentence. So we start the interrogative sentence with the modal verb. Now modal verb plus subject plus verb first form plus object plus question mark. Here you can see that subject comes first and object comes at the end because it is active voice sentence, and the modal verbs are can and could here. Now the examples for the active voice interrogative sentences. You know that these start with the modal verbs. Can he drive a car? Question mark. Can is the modal verb. He is the subject. Drive is the first form of verb. A car is the object with the question mark at the end. Could she speak English? Could is the modal verb. She is the subject. Speak is the first form of verb. And English is the object here with the question mark. Now remember that in active voice for the modal verbs, we always use the first form of main verb. And in the passive voice, we always use the third form of the main verb. Now I am showing you the structures for the interrogative sentences in passive voice. When we are using the passive voice or when we are writing the passive voice sentences, we must keep in mind that object comes first and subject comes at the end. And because these are interrogative sentences, so we start with the modal verb. Okay, Arisha. Now listen to me very carefully. I'm trying that it has not been done again. Now modal verb, it has to be started with the modal verb because interrogative sentences are here. So modal verb plus object plus be, that is the helping verb, plus verb third form plus by plus subject plus question mark. Okay. Modal verb is there in the beginning to make the sentence interrogative and question mark is placed at the end. The modal verbs are can and could here. Now I'm showing you the examples for the passive voice interrogative sentences. The examples are Can a car be driven by him? Question mark. Can is the model verb. A car is the object. Be is the helping verb. Driven is the third form of verb. By is used before the subject him, then question mark. Next example is, could English be spoken by her? Could is the model verb. English is the object. Be is the helping verb. Spoken is the third form of verb. And then by with the subject with the question mark at the end. I hope you have understood everything till here because we have completed can and could. Now please reply me whether you are hearing me clearly or not, or whether you have understood or not. Please, if you are not hearing me clearly, then inform me. What about my voice, clear or not? Please tell me. Okay, very nice. Arisha Nasir, it's slow. I think other people are listening me very clearly. So please, Arisha, check your volume there in the and check your connection as well. Okay, Arisha, please check it. Please, Hamza, other people, Mariam, tell me my voice is clear or not, or slow. Okay, Arisha. Okay, Arisha, it's okay. Because other people are listening me very clearly. No one is complaining. Okay, very nice. Okay. Now, okay, very nice, Mariam. Zaid, I understand. Now, I am going to start another model verb, that is may and might. May and might, the same model verb, but may is the present form and might is the past form. Okay, I'm showing you the structures and examples of these model verbs here. And you know that I have told you for active voice and for passive voice, the structure remains same for all the modal verbs. Okay, so these are very easy sentences. Try to concentrate, and if you are note down the important points in your rough notebook so that when you do practice, it will help you. Now I am showing you the structures and examples for may and might. I am telling you that one more thing, that these can be written in affirmative, negative, and interrogative forms. So we will do them one by one. First of all, I am showing you the active voice structure, affirmative sentences. Subject plus modal verb plus verb first form plus object. This is the structure. You know that for active voice, subject comes first and object comes at the end. So we write the subject plus modal verb plus verb first form plus object. The modal verbs which we are discussing here are may and might. Now remember that for active voice, we always use the first form of verb, and for passive voice, we always use the third form of verb. Now I'm showing you the examples for affirmative sentences. Some examples are, I'm showing you, I may take your dictionary, full stop. I may take your dictionary. Here in the example, I is the subject, may is the modal verb, take is the first form of verb, and your dictionary is the object. Full stop. We might win the match. Full stop. We is the subject, might is the modal verb, win is the first form of verb, the match is the object here. Now I'm showing you the passive voice structures, the affirmative sentences for may and might. Object and subject interchange their places. So object comes first and subject comes at the end. The structure is object plus modal verb plus be be plus third form of verb plus by plus subject, full stop. Now remember that after the modal verb, we must add a helping verb. Be here, and the third form of verb is always used in passive voice, and by is used before the subject. The modal verbs is may and might. Now remember that all the affirmative and negative sentences must end in the full stop, and you must remember to place the punctuation mark at the end of the sentence, whether they are full stop, question mark, exclamation mark, whatever is needed for the sentence. Now I'm showing you the examples of the affirmative sentences for the passive voice. Now the sentence is, your dictionary might be taken by me. Your dictionary is may, actually it is your dictionary. It is the object, might is the modal verb here, be is the helping verb, then taken is the third form of verb, by me, by is the is used as a rule here, means the subject in another form, full stop. Then the next example is, the match might be won by us, full stop. The match is the object and might is the helping modal verb, be is the helping verb, one is the third form of verb, then by, then the subject us, full stop. Now I'm showing you the structures for the negative sentences in active voice first. I hope you are understanding. These are very easy sentences. There is no problem. I hope you are understanding and you are noting down the points which are very important for you. I'm repeating them again and again so that if you have missed any of the point, you will get it. Now for active voice, subject comes first in the beginning plus modal verb plus not. You know that for negative sentences, we must add not after the modal verb plus verb first form plus object, full stop. The first form of verb is always used in active voice. The modal verbs are may and might here. Now I am showing the examples here for negative sentences in active voice. I may not take your dictionary, full stop. I is the subject, may is the helping verb, not is the word used to make the sentence negative. Take is the first form of verb, and your dictionary is the object here. Next example is, we might not win the match. Here you can see we is the subject, might is the modal verb, not is the word used to make the sentence negative, win is the first form of verb, and the match is the object here with the full stop at the end. Now I am showing you the structures for the passive voice in negative sentences. Negative sentence means there must be a word not in the sentence. Now for passive voice, object comes first and subject must be placed at the end. So we start the structure with the object plus modal verb plus not plus be, which is the helping verb, plus verb third form, plus by, plus subject, full stop. Now remember that not is always placed after the modal verb and by is always placed before the subject. The modal verbs we are discussing here, may and might. Now I want to show you the examples of negative sentences here. Your dictionary may not be taken by me, full stop. Your dictionary, your is added here with the dictionary, so it is used to start the statement. It is the part of the object, your dictionary. May is the modal verb, not then used for the making the negative sentence. Then be is the helping verb. Taken is the third form of verb, then by, then subject me, full stop. Next example is, the match might not be won by us. The match is the object here, might is the modal verb, not is used to make the sentence negative. Then be is the helping verb, and then one is the third form of verb. Then by, then us is the subject here with the full stop at the end. I hope you are understanding. These are very easy sentences. Try to concentrate and then learn the structure afterwards. Now I am showing you may and might interrogative sentences structure. You know that for interrogative sentences which are used to ask questions, we must place question mark at the end of the sentence and we start with the modal verb. Whenever there is a helping verb in the sentence, we start with the helping verb, and whenever there is modal verb in the sentence, we start with the modal verb. Okay, and an active voice, subject comes first and object comes at the end. So we start with the modal verb plus subject plus verb first form plus object plus question mark. Remember that for active voice sentences, for all the modal verbs, we use the first form of verb. And for passive voice sentences, for all the modal verbs, we use the third form of verb. Now the structure becomes modal verb plus subject plus verb first form plus object plus question mark. Now modal verbs here we are discussing may and might. Now I am showing you some of the examples of the interrogative sentences here. May I take your dictionary? Question mark. Now you know that may is the word which is used to ask questions. We are commonly using it in our school. May I take your dictionary? Like you, if you want to ask anything from your friend, you can ask in the same way. May is the modal verb, I is the subject, take is the first form of verb, your dictionary is the object because your is added with the dictionary, so it is included in the object with the question mark at the end. Next example is might we win the match? Might is the modal verb here. We is the subject. Win is the first form of verb. The match is the object with the question mark at the end. Now remember these important points, that how we start the sentence and how we end the sentence. Now I'm showing you the passive voice interrogative sentences structure. Now remember, for passive voice there are 4 rules: that object and subject interchange their places. It means for passive voice, object comes in the beginning and subject comes at the end. There is another rule that always third form of verb is used for passive voice. Another rule is that by is used before the subject. Another rule is that helping verb is used according to the tense or according to the sentence, whatever is required. I hope you have already learned the rules of conversion of active voice into passive voice. Now I'm showing you the structure for the interrogative sentences. You know that for interrogative sentence, whenever there is a modal verb in the sentence, we start with the modal verb. So modal verb comes first plus object plus be plus verb third form. Be is the helping verb here, and plus by plus subject plus question mark. Now remember that always third form of verb is used here. Now modal verbs which are used here, may and might. Now I'm showing you the examples for the interrogative sentences, may and might. You know that interrogative sentences means to ask questions. So they start with the modal verb and end with the question mark. May your dictionary be taken by me? May is the modal verb, your dictionary is the object, and be is the helping verb, taken is the third form of verb, by is used with the subject with the question mark at the end. Might the match be won by us? Question mark. Might is the modal verb. The match is the object. Be is the helping verb. One is the third form of verb, and by and then us is the object with the question mark at the end. Now, I hope you all have understood all the examples and all the structures, all the modal verbs, so it will um, be understood by all of you. Now, please tell me whether you have understood or not. If there is any confusion in the topic, ask me. Hurry up, please. Reply me whether you have understood or not. Okay, very nice, Abdul Rahman, Manu, Fatma, Zaid, very nice. You have told me, Meda, very nice of you that you have told me. Now, if you have got any question about the topic, about language and literature mock examinations, then you can ask me here. Okay, Risha, very nice of you. Are you listening me properly or not? Okay, Zed, no question. If you have no question, it's okay. But if you want to ask me anything about the mock examination, you can ask me here during that time. Abdurrahman, I will tell you everything. First of all, I will tell you about might because Sania has got some confusion here. Might and may are actually the modal verbs. May is the present form of verb and might is the past form of verb. The structure and uh, are same for both the cases. For active voice, we use the first form of verb, and like uh, I may take your dictionary. I have given you this example here. You can see that for may and might. Subject plus modal verb plus first form plus object. I may take your dictionary. We might win the match. Both are used in the same way, but only the modal verb is changed. Otherwise, the structure remains same. And for passive voice, object plus modal verb plus be plus third form of verb plus by plus subject. Your dictionary might be taken by me. The match might be won by us. The structure for other modal verbs and for may and might, they are same. Okay. For negative sentences, we add not. Like here you can see the example, I may not take your dictionary. We might not win the match. Okay. And for negative passive sentences, your dictionary may not be taken by me. The match might not be won by us. Okay. For interrogative sentences, we start with the modal verb. May I take your dictionary? Question mark. Might we win the match? Question mark. And for passive voice, we again start for interrogative sentences with the modal verb. May your dictionary be taken by me? Might the match be won by us? I hope you have understood, Sania. Okay, you are always welcome. I'm here to solve your problems. Now, during that time, I am marking your attendance. If you want to ask me any other thing, please ask me about mock examination, about final examination. Do you want to ask me anything? Yes, Imal, final examination will be online and mock examination. Okay, Abdul Rahman, I will give you 3 or 4 forms and the time duration will be same or not of 5 minutes. I will give you at least 10 minutes, more than 10 minutes or within 5 to 10 minutes time. I will give you for each form. Okay, not less than 5 minutes. Mehda Advani, it is not confirmed. If the school will reopen from Monday, then we will inform you, or management will inform you on your WhatsApp. Yes, Zimal, all the final exams will be like your mock examinations. Arisha, we don't know about the school reopening. Abdul Rahman, total duration will be of 30 to 45 minutes. 30 to 45 minutes. Okay. Any other thing which you want to ask? Total duration of mock examinations will be of 30 minutes at least, or maximum 45 minutes. Not more than that. Now tell me about your experience of mock examination yesterday. Easy or difficult? Okay, Fatma Kareem, very nice. It was very nice and it was very good. I think it's very interesting to find out the correct answer from the MCQs based questions. There is no need to write the details. Yes, Sanya. I also enjoy it. Some of you have joined me late again today in my class. No, Abdul Rahman, there is some time left. It may be possible that some important instructions I have to give you. So please leave the meeting when I will allow you to leave. Okay? Don't leave now. It may be possible that I will give you some important instructions about your mock examination. Now, I was telling you that some of you were very late to join the class, so please be there on time. Sania Javed, why you have got less marks? It means your preparation was not good because I have given you very easy paper. If you have prepared properly, then you will get full marks. Now for the next mock examination, there will be 3 more for English. Please be prepared for that from the book as well as from the copies. Sania, there you can solve your problem about the RTC by reading the lesson again and again. When you read it again and again, then you will not get confused. Okay, now I want to stop here because time is over. Allah Hafiz, all of you, and wish you good luck for the next mock examinations.